If you ever tried to customize Angular material beyond just changing the primary color, you know how painful it can get. So I set out to fix this for you once and for all. I present to you the Angular material theme builder, your visual theme maker, which lets you build your entire theme in one UI, and you can see a nice real-time preview. This also includes your component level design token. It will export all of this into a production ready Sass file, which you can simply import or copy in your own project. Today I'm also announcing a private waitlist for this material theme builder. Those who join the private waitlist are going to get an early release in the coming days when I release the MVP version. So for that, you can check out the link in the description or the pinned comment as well. Okay, so first let me start by giving you the problem with Angular Material. Now, Angular Material itself is a really nice library, component library, and it's officially supported by the Angular team, so it's really nicely updated. But it has a default look to it. This is good for simple apps, but if you want your enterprise level app or your custom app to be a bit different, you have to have a different branding color, you have to have different button styles maybe. All of these things take a bit of time to customize. Especially if you want to customize the component level design tokens, it becomes really difficult. Now I'll show you in the button section here, you can see that we have the buttons. Now if you want to make this a bit blocky, the button, you can actually go in styling and you can go into this and you can look into all of these and you can copy this and you can change this, and that would get the job done, but it's a very tedious process. And if you want to customize your whole component set, all of your components at one time, it gets really costly for you. Especially in the initially start of the project, you want to move really fast. So the core idea of my visual Angular material theme builder is that you can actually do all of those things, all of the customizations in one UI at one place, and you can also visualize that here, okay? If I give you a short overview, you can see that in the left section of my material theme builder, I have system tokens. These are basically the global design tokens supported by the Angular material theming system. And then we have component level tokens as well. We'll come to that in a bit. First, let's look at the main token, which is the color theming that you would want to do. So for example, you have a brand color. Let's say my brand color is purple here, as you can see, and I can select a purple color here and I can click here. So it takes my seed color and it automatically changes the preview here. You can preview it in real time, okay? Then not only that, you can also specify variants here. So you can give a vibrant variant for more brightness. You can give an expressive mode and you can make this content. So these are basically the variants and the color generation supported by Angular Material. So this is actually using the Angular Material color utilities. I'm using actually the same package to do that. And that's not only it. So if, for example, you find that you want this exact color and you don't want to actually have a derived color, which using the material color utilities, you can actually just go inside it and you can override this color with your own specific color that you want. And it's going to give a nice override indicator here telling you that, okay, this specific role, the primary color role has been overridden here. And you can do it for any of the roles here. As in Angular Material, we have about 50 color roles. And you can change these individually if you'd like to. So for example, if you want the error to be a bit more red, you can change this here and it's going to update that here, okay? You can also reset it to the default generated color if you'd like to. It all depends on your needs here. Okay, so this is the color. You can see the components have been updated according to this color here. You can see all of the theming has it, okay? So then we have also typography, shape. These are also two global variables, the global set of design tokens that we have. And you can see we have the font settings here, the shape that we change. If we, for example, change the shape here, you can see the card here changes in real time. These are the global tokens which are inherited by some components, not all the components. And then you have this density setting, which has the overall compactness of your theme. And so there's a spacious setting, which is 0, and you can reduce it. Once you reduce it, you can see in real time that is actually showing the density setting in all of the components. So the density setting, I find it really nice in cases where we have a large UI, a lot of functionality, but we don't have much space to accommodate all of them. Okay, so you can change this and you can see the density setting happening in real time. So these were the system level design tokens. And these are the main things that you would need to change when you are designing your Angular Material theme. The unique feature set for this Visual Material Theme Builder is related to do with the component design token customization. So this is really the hard part that I found while doing it myself. So you can do it really easily here. So on the left side here, you can see you have a selection of components that I have till now for the MVP version, or maybe I'll add more as well. But you can see we have card, we have the side nav, we have the dialog, and each of them has a global sort of preview, and it also has a focus preview here, as you can see here. So the card one has its cards, the toolbar, the side nav has its own, the dialog has its own previews, and all of the other components have also their own previews. And here then you can see your tokens, your component level design tokens that are supported. They are categorized into their own sections. So we have a filled section, we have an outline button, general, and text buttons. And you can also search them here by name. So for example, let me show you here. If I want to create my buttons more like Shadcn or Radix like, I can actually just go in your search here and I can type in shape. And in the filled one, you can change this shape here and you can make it more. You can maybe make it 8 pixels here. You can also reset if you'd like to. You can make it, you can do it again here like this. And in the outline one, you can also do the same 8. You can see here it changes. And then you can do it for general as well. This one changes, you can see. And then for the tonal one, you can also change. So all of these shapes you can change. The text one you can also change. So suddenly changing these 5 variables is so easy now. And you can see now that it matches your desired style here. Okay, and obviously you can also change other things. So let me change the padding here as well. So let's say for example, I change the filled horizontal padding here. So maybe I can do it 20 pixels here. Maybe I can do it 8 pixels here to make it reduced here. As you can see, a nice little cute button, more like Shadcn. This is just an example that you can actually go deep into your component level design tokens and you can change this right on the fly here. Obviously, you can preview it in the focus preview for this button, or you can also go in your all or your global preview and you can see the same buttons there in that sense. Now this live preview is really nice. If I go in the matte form field here, the form field component, and in the focus section, you're going to see all of the different types of the form fields. You get the error state here as well. You get the select here as well. You get with hint, without hint. So it allows you to validate your design decisions or the changes you are doing in your component here, in your design tokens here instantly on the screen here in front of you. So no going back and forth and no compiling the code and seeing things in your own application. And obviously, this is the light version. You can also check it out in the dark version, how that looks like. And you can preview all of those things in the dark version as well. Currently, the dark mode is basically just colors generated from the light mode as well. It's in a future plan to actually add specific dark colors as well. But currently, it is derived from the light theme by using the Angular Material color utilities. And lastly, obviously, you're wondering where do you go from here? So after you have made all of the changes, your component level changes, you think that you have your design set out, then you can simply click on export Sass here and you get this nice styles.sass file along with your theming mixins for each of the components. As you can see, we have these for the button component, which made these changes, and for the global components. And you can just simply copy to the clipboard and you can import it in your project in your styles.sass file, and it's going to apply on your UI. But who is this tool for? So this tool is for all of those who are just tired of the Angular Material default look and they want to customize it to their own need. They want to make it according to their own brand. So you could be a solo Angular developer, a team working on an enterprise application using Angular Material, or you could also be somebody building a dashboard, a SaaS app, a founder. You could be a founder who is trying to grapple with Angular Material design. Anybody who wants faster visual or design iteration when they're initially coming up with your Angular Material theming, this product is perfectly suited for you. Obviously, you might be wondering what you can do about it right now. Currently, it is in an early testing phase. So I have just opened a waitlist for this, and the link for that waitlist you're gonna find in the description. I really want this to be built further in light or in feedback from you Angular developers, those who are working with Angular. And so I really want to get your feedback in. So if you are interested, do join the waitlist in the description below. A perk for that obviously is that you're also going to get pricing perks. You're also going to get big discounts and you'll get to test this early on before the public launch for this. So thanks for watching and I'll see you next in another video.